Welcome to Jamaica, home to one of the most famous beaches in the world, 7 Mile Beach. Now it's not quite 7 miles, but it is miles of soft sand, turquoise water, and lined with everything from big all-inclusive resorts to charming little boutique hotels. In this video, I'm giving you the inside scoop, what it's really like to stay here, how the beach feels, the water sports you can try, and yes, the nightlife too. We'll check out Rick's Café, the world-famous cliff jumping spot where the sunsets are just as legendary as the party atmosphere. I'll also show you where to shop for souvenirs, what's worth the money, and even some tips if you're thinking of exploring beyond the beach. So whether you're planning your first trip or you're just curious about this slice of Jamaica, stick around. You're going to see exactly what makes this beach so special.
It is early in the morning, 6 a.m. I am at the airport, get on my way to Jamaica, getting ready to explore the island, the beaches, beautiful hotel, and I'm going to see what the island has to offer. I cannot wait.
So let's start with the basics. How do you even get to Negril Beach? Well, you're going to be flying into Montego Bay's Sangster International Airport. That's the main hub for people heading to this part of Jamaica. Now, here's the thing. The biggest drawback about coming to Negril is the drive. It's not right around the corner. You're looking at an hour and 15 minutes, sometimes closer to an hour and a half depending on traffic. And trust me, after you've been on a plane for hours, that ride can feel long. But, and this is a big but, it's not all bad. That drive actually gives you a chance to really see Jamaica. You'll pass through the countryside, little towns, and you get a feel for the people and the culture before you even hit the beach. I actually think it's part of the experience. Now here's my tip. Don't wait until you land to figure out your ride. Montego Bay Airport is busy, it's a little chaotic, and if you've got luggage, maybe kids, or you're just tired from a long flight, the last thing you want is to stand there negotiating prices or trying to save a few bucks. Just book your transfer ahead of time. A private transfer will run you about $100 US for a couple of people. If you grab a taxi, it's roughly the same, between $100 and $130. You can also do a shared shuttle for about $50 a person, but keep in mind that can take closer to 2 hours with all the extra stops. And if you want to ride in style, there are even luxury options for about $180. My advice, spend the money for the peace of mind. Have someone waiting for you at the airport with your name on a sign, ready to whisk you off. It's worth it to start your vacation off the right way, relaxed, safe, and stress-free. All right, let's talk about Negril Beach, also known as the famous 7 Mile Beach. First off, let me let you in on a little secret. It's not actually 7 miles long. It's closer to 4 miles, but honestly, when you're walking it, it feels endless in the best way possible. Now, Negril sits all the way down on the western tip of Jamaica. Here's what you need to know about the beach itself. The sand is powder soft and white, the kind that doesn't stick to you, and the water, calm, clear, and turquoise. It's shallow for a good stretch out, so it's great if you're traveling with kids or if you just want that stress-free swim. Now, when it comes to where to stay, here's the scoop. The beach is lined with both massive all-inclusive resorts and smaller boutique hotels. You've got your big names like Sandals, Couples, Beaches, and even Hedonism if you're feeling adventurous. But right in between those are charming family-run spots that give you more of that local feel. And in this video, we're going to check out both so you can see the difference for yourself. One thing a lot of people don't realize is how you actually get onto the beach. Behind all these resorts is a main road called Norman Manley Boulevard. That's the road everyone drives up and down to get to their hotel. Once you pull in, you actually walk through the property and out onto the sand. So even though it looks like one long stretch of open beach, most of your access points are through the hotels. So here's the plan. I'm going to take you along to some of the all-inclusive resorts first, so you know exactly what kind of experience to expect there. And then we'll pop into some boutique hotels to show you a more laid-back side of Negril.
Okay, I'm finally here. Right behind me is Negril Beach, and I'm headed there now to see what all the fuss and excitement is about. Can't wait. In my opinion, one of the best beaches in the world, but you be the judge. Let me know in the comments section what you think. So without further delay, let's go take a look at Negril Beach.
Let's talk about the beach, and I'll be straight with you. This is one of the best beaches in the world. The sand, pure white and soft. The water, crystal clear and warm, stretching out for what feels like forever. And the beach itself is long, so long that you can spend an entire day just walking it, discovering something new at every turn. Now, we'll dive into the hotel scene a little later, but as you make your way along the sand, you're definitely going to meet plenty of Jamaicans. Most of them are hustling a bit, trying to sell you something, whether it's crafts, excursions, or just some local flavor. Don't be surprised because tourism is Jamaica's #1 industry. It's really the heartbeat of this place. On the way, we will meet plenty of locals trying to make a living. Here is one right now.
My name is Sandy.
Okay.
Yes. I do a little business right out there at Roots Bamboo. Roots Bamboo.
That's a good name.
Roots Bamboo Negril. Yes, I have a store up there.
Are you the proprietor?
No, I just have a store.
Okay, you mean you're the owner though, right?
Yes, I'm the owner of the store.
Yes. All right.
Yes, I do like some wraps. We do like some t-shirts.
Come show me your store, Sandy.
Yes, man. I
The
will.
heartbeat
Welcome
of
to
this
show you.
place. You'll also notice there's a lot of security here. Some are right out in the open. Others you won't even see, but trust me, this is one of the safest beaches in the Caribbean, maybe even the world. If someone's a little too pushy, all you have to do is say no and keep moving. Nobody wants to get on the wrong side of security here, so they'll back off. Just remember, you're in control. Now let's talk water sports. You've got jet skis buzzing up and down, parasailing if you're into a little adventure, and even banana boat rides that are pure fun if you're with friends or family. Right off the sand, you can go snorkeling. You don't even need a boat. You can wade out and see colorful fish just under the surface. I actually went snorkeling here with my son, and it was incredible. Warm, clear water, and marine life everywhere. If you're more into the adrenaline side of things, you can rent paddle boards, kayaks, even hop on a glass-bottom boat to check out the reef without ever getting wet. Basically, if it floats, flies, or zips across the water, you can try it here. Here's a little heads up though. If you wander away from your hotel and want to just plop down at a random spot on the beach, you may run into a small snag. A lot of the loungers and umbrellas you see lined up are tied to hotels or vendors. That means if you want to sit in one, you'll probably have to pay a rental fee. It's not a huge deal, but it can catch people by surprise. So check first, see what people are saying online about which spots are free and which ones you'll need to pay for. It's always better to know before you settle in.
Come. My name is Chief Charlie the Woodcutter. I located in the 7 Mile Beach, Negril, the White Sand at Woodstock. And I make my product. I make them from scratch.
Okay. How long you been doing it?
I've been doing this for the past 22 years.
22 years?
Yeah.
That seems like a long time.
An awful long time, but nothing's going on and no one is here to support me. But I'm still holding on.
Jamaica is well known for having absolutely delicious food. Now, if you're staying at one of the all-inclusive resorts, they actually do a pretty solid job. You'll get a wide assortment of local dishes that you may have never tried before, mixed in with some of the familiar favorites you're used to back home. But here's where the fun really starts. When you wander along the beach, you'll see little food shacks, grills, and beach bars all the way down, and honestly, that's where the real Jamaican flavor comes through. The food overall is fantastic. You've got jerk chicken sizzling right on the grill, escovitch fish with that tangy kick, ackee and saltfish, fried dumplings, roasted yams, even breadfruit cooked over an open flame. All of this prepared fresh by locals right there by the water. Now, quick tip about money. US dollars are widely accepted, so don't stress about having to exchange to Jamaican currency. But, and this is important, bring small bills, ones, fives, maybe a few tens. Don't expect that someone's going to break a 50 or 100 and give you US change back. It just doesn't work that way, so keep it simple with small bills. And here's an insider thought. If you really want to experience Jamaican culture, food is the way to do it. Sitting down with locals over a plate of jerk chicken or fried fish, that's where you'll get the conversations, the laughter, the energy of Jamaica. In my experience, the more shanty a little food spot looks, the more authentic and flavorful the food is going to be. So don't be afraid to try those hidden gems. They're usually the ones that give you the richest experience.
What's that about, man? What you doing?
No, I got some more folks like you guys who up on their new YouTube channel, you know.
Okay.
When they come to the girl, 1 Mile Beach, 7 Mile Beach, this is the guy to look for, okay?
Look at that shirt.
Yeah, man.
The Paddy.
Man.
Man, you had it printed
Yeah,
just for you.
one party man, Anthony, okay?
All right, let's talk about the all-inclusive resorts here, because you can't miss them. They're literally lined up one after the other along this stretch of sand. And here's how it works. Once you're checked in, they slap a wristband on you, and from that moment on, it's all you can eat, all you can drink, and non-stop entertainment. It's food, alcohol, shows, and of course, your room. Everything rolled into one price. Now, most of these are 4- and 5-star resorts, and they don't come cheap. We're talking big, busy properties, some with thousands of guests. So when you're walking along Negril Beach, you'll notice just about everybody has a colored wristband. That's how the resorts know who belongs where. Here's a cool little insider tip. If you're staying at one hotel but curious about another, you don't have to wander from afar. A lot of these places actually sell day passes. You can pay for a day, check out the restaurants, swim in the pools, enjoy the bars, even join in on the activities, then head back to your own hotel at night. It's a great way to get a taste of different resorts without fully committing. Now, some of the resorts will mark off a private section of beach, but honestly, most of them allow people to wander up and down the sand. So if you're feeling restless or you just want to explore, you can pretty much walk the entire beach and see what's going on. But let's get real for a second about the pros and cons of the all-inclusive lifestyle. The upside? You don't have to think about anything. Food, drinks, water sports, entertainment, it's all right there. If you're someone who likes the idea of not pulling out your wallet every 5 minutes, it's paradise. You can eat 3 plates of jerk chicken at lunch, grab a mojito at 10 a.m., and no one bats an eye. The downside? You're in a bubble. A lot of people staying here are Americans, and you'll probably end up hanging out with people who could live just a couple of states away from you. That's not a bad thing. You might make new friends, but you're not exactly getting an authentic Jamaican experience inside the walls of the resort. Now, you'll see plenty of Jamaicans because almost all the staff are locals. But here's the thing, they're professionals. They're polite, they're friendly, but they're also careful. They're not going to open up about the real behind the scenes stuff, and they're definitely not going to badmouth the resort. So what you get is the polished version of Jamaican hospitality. Everything eerie, no problem, which is lovely, but not the real day-to-day culture. For some people, that's actually a good thing, because once you step outside the resort, Jamaica can feel pretty intense. Locals are out here hustling, selling crafts, offering tours, trying to make a living, and yeah, it can feel a little pushy if you're not used to it. So being inside the resort bubble keeps things smooth, safe, and hassle-free. It's the classic trade-off. You give up some authenticity, but you gain a lot of convenience. My tip, if you're doing all-inclusive, at least carve out some time to leave the property, walk the beach, talk to locals, grab some food from a roadside stand or a small restaurant. You'll get a little taste of the real Jamaica to balance out all those unlimited pina coladas. And if you're curious about what it's like outside the big all-inclusives, don't worry, we're going to check out some of the smaller boutique hotels here too, so you can compare both sides and figure out what's right for you.
My artworks, all these artworks is from Claudette Barnes. If I can get it sent to them. And I also, if they come to Jamaica and meet me at the Arthur's Beach and the beach, 7 Mile Beach, they could get it rolled as well and take back easily.
Wow, that was good. Super friendly people, you know. Let's continue to walk down the beach and see what else we can find.
Now, not everyone is into the whole huge all-inclusive resort scene. If that's not really your style, there are also plenty of boutique hotels and smaller guest houses that can give you a completely different experience. The great thing is, many of these smaller hotels still have direct access to the same beach. And let's be honest, that's usually what you're coming here for anyway. You can often save some money by choosing this route, especially if you don't need all the bells and whistles of the big resorts. Of course, there are trade-offs. You won't find the same level of nightly entertainment, shows, water sports gear, or big social gatherings, and you won't be mingling with hundreds of people like you would at the larger hotels. Food selections will also be limited. But if you're looking for something quieter, more personal, and less hectic, a boutique stay might be exactly what you're after. It really comes down to what kind of vacation you want. If you're after excitement, endless activities, and constant energy, the big resorts deliver. But if you prefer a laid-back, peaceful escape where you can slow down and enjoy the beach at your own pace, boutique hotels can give you that authentic, intimate experience.
All right, so what's going on here? What can you tell me about what you do here in Negril?
I do lymphatic drainage massage, reflexology.
Whoa, lymphatic
Drainage.
You draining blood? What are you doing? What are we doing here?
Draining all the toxin from the body,
Okay.
getting all the circulation going on. And I do reflexology on both your hands and your feet. So if
All
you
here on the beach?
right here on the beach, you hear the ocean waves, all natural vibes when you're getting your massage. Right at the seaside spa right here.
Show me the seaside spas. I gotta see the seaside.
It's
this is
located.
blood draining.
Yes, it's located at Fun Holiday Beach in Negril here,
Okay.
right on the beach.
All right.
Yes.
If you're looking to step away from your resort and experience a true slice of Jamaica, Rick's Café is the place to be. This iconic spot has been drawing visitors since 1974. It's not just a cafe, it's a full-on destination that mixes adventure, relaxation, and authentic Jamaican culture. One of the first things you'll notice, there's no charge to enter. You can wander in, take in the views, and soak up the atmosphere without spending a dime. Of course, food and drinks cost extra, and your hotel's all-inclusive package doesn't apply here, but honestly, the energy and experience are worth it. As the evening approaches, Rick's Café really comes alive. The place fills up with hundreds of visitors, locals and tourists alike, and it's buzzing with dancing, singing, and drinks flowing freely. Cliff diving is the main attraction, with brave locals and tourists leaping from 10 to 35 feet into the clear Caribbean waters below. Even if you don't jump, there are plenty of elevated spots to watch the divers and enjoy the sunset. What's really impressive is the staff. They're professional, but they never lose that genuine Jamaican charm. Even though Rick's Café has grown into a world-famous venue, it still delivers that authentic, down-to-earth Jamaican entertainment. You'll see live reggae bands, folks laughing, dancing, and really celebrating life. It's a true reflection of the island's spirit. And speaking of sunsets, this is the perfect spot. The cliffs give you unobstructed views of one of the most beautiful sunsets you'll ever see, with the sky lighting up in orange and pink hues while reggae music fills the air. You'll get to Rick's by taxi, boat, or even through excursions arranged by your hotel. On the way, you pass through small, authentic Jamaican villages that feel untouched by tourism. The journey alone gives you a glimpse into real Jamaican life, and once you arrive, it's all about fun, relaxation, and unforgettable memories. Rick's Café is more than just a stop. It's a full experience: adventure, culture, music, food, drinks, and the thrill of the cliffs. It's the perfect way to take your trip to the next level.
Negril. First tourist place in Negril.
You're going to tell me about the first tourist in
The first place in Negril that make tourism possible.
All right, let's hear this.
This is Arthur's Beach.
Okay.
Arthur's Beach. The first place start from 1952 that the first tourists ever visit in Jamaica. So this is the first tourist ever come to Jamaica. See him there? And
What year was that?
1952, man, you know, see it here.
Okay.
See, you can take there it is, man. You can take everything as evidence. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you some Jamaican words, people. If you don't know Jamaican words,
No, we don't want
words, because we all good people, but we curse bad words.
Okay. What else you want to tell me?
If you're looking to bring home a little piece of Jamaica, you've got a few different options. The first spot you can check out for souvenirs is the craft market right in town. Now, I'll be honest with you, this particular market isn't as busy or as bustling as it probably once was. These days, it can even feel a little deserted at times, but don't let that fool you. There are still vendors there who are putting in the effort, selling handmade carvings, jewelry, colorful art, and all sorts of little trinkets. Stopping by here is a great way to directly support the local craftsmen and women. Even if it doesn't have the same energy it used to, it's still worth popping in if you want something that feels genuinely Jamaican. The second option, and honestly my favorite, is to just walk the beach. As you wander, you'll come across local vendors selling wooden carvings, paintings, or even jewelry they've crafted themselves. If it looks handmade and has that rustic touch, chances are it's the real deal. I've found that these little beach purchases often feel more authentic, and you'll get to chat with the person who actually made the piece, which adds a personal story behind your souvenir. And then there's the third option, your hotel gift shop. Now, this is by far the most convenient. no haggling, no wandering, but you're definitely going to pay more. Plus, most of the items in the hotel shops aren't made locally, so while it's easy, it's not really contributing to the Jamaican economy the way buying directly from locals does. The fourth option for souvenirs is heading to a local retail mall. The biggest and most convenient in the area is the Times Square Shopping Center. It's clean, safe, and really geared toward travelers. So you'll find duty-free shops, souvenir stores, and a mix of local goods and international items. For me personally, I always lean toward buying right off the beach. Not only do you usually get something that's truly Jamaican, but you also get that little connection with the local culture that makes the souvenir even more meaningful. One thing to keep in mind about this part of Jamaica is that Negril is pretty far out on the western tip of the island. That's amazing for beaches, sunsets, and a laid-back vibe, but it does mean that most of Jamaica's famous attractions, like Dunn's River Falls or Ocho Rios, are a long way away. If you want to visit those spots, you're looking at travel time, transportation costs, and extra fees for tours or entrances. Driving a few hours each way can eat into your vacation time, so it's something to plan for if you're hoping to explore beyond the beach. That said, here's the thing. Most people never even feel the need to leave. I talk to guests all the time who find no reason whatsoever to go anywhere else. The resort entertainment, the beach, and the included water sports are more than enough. Between lounging on the sand, snorkeling, kayaking, jet skiing, or just soaking up the vibe, people are busy from morning until night. There's also live shows, music, and other entertainment provided right on site, so boredom is basically impossible. And if you do want a little change of scenery without traveling across the island, Rick's Café is perfect. It's a quick diversion from your resort, offering cliff diving, drinks, music, and sunsets while still keeping that authentic Jamaican spirit alive. So here's the takeaway. If your goal is to relax, enjoy the best beach in Jamaica, and have fun without stress, Negril has it all. You can stay mostly on the beach and at your resort and have an amazing vacation. But if you also want to see the rest of Jamaica, just be prepared for extra costs and travel time. Either way, you're going to have a memorable trip. You just have to decide how much adventure versus relaxation you want to pack into it.